What are you doing in my village?
This preview is brought to you by Audible.
So, I actually, for the first time, got to have my hands on the PS4 launch exclusive KNACK. This is a game who comes from Mark Cerny, whose legacy in video games goes back to memories of my youth with an arcade game I used to play in Berkeley at Laval's Pizzeria called Marble Madness. He has also lent his remarkable skills and talents to many other games out there, especially on the Sony platform, the PS2, be it Rachet and Clank or Jak and Daxter. So to get a chance to play this game, the first thing that's very notable is it's an action platformer, something which is woefully absent these days. We find it on the indie scene, but that idea of the 3D world that you explore and you're doing some jumping, you're doing some hitting, and you're collecting a bunch of things has been something I've been yearning for. And so it's very nice to drop into something like that. The gist of the game is you play this character called the Knack that seems to pick up various materials and can grow to very large heights and widths during the course of a given level, and then kind of get broken down again as he takes damage. It's really interesting from a technical level because what it does require is that the game space can scale and move with the change, in the rather dramatic change in the character. When you just kind of watch the footage, it seems somewhat nominal, but in playing it, you realize that characters that look quite sizable at one point actually seem quite diminutive, and that is not the easiest of technical feats to pull off. The part that I think strikes me most interesting about the game is, while it is quite good looking, you can definitely see the benefits of the processing power of the PS4, it's not kind of just a superficial sales pitch for the strength of what the system can do. It's actually very similar to God of War. You don't control the camera. You only have minimal moves. It just finds depth within those moves. And additionally, the spaces that you play in are still kind of a traditional driven path that you would expect from an action platformer. So on one level, it might be a little bit notable that this isn't kind of like, hey, this is the PS4, look what it can do, but it's actually quite confident that you would put out at the launch of the system something that is a non-traditional genre anymore, and additionally one that just tries to work within the strictures of its tradition rather than try to be some impressive showpiece of technology and whatnot.
Secure the gates!
There are small things I would like to know a little bit more about how dynamic the gameplay gets with the various types of devices, be it wood or ice that KNACK can consume, if there's a way to merge the two. But that really is something I'm more than happy to find out when playing it. The game's quite challenging. On the normal setting, I was dying quite a bit at the beginning, and I had to become more sensitive to the actions of the enemy. So don't let the simple geometry of the characters and the bright colors make you think this necessarily skews to kids. This is following in the tradition of Jak and Daxter or of a Crash Bandicoot, where it's not punishingly hard, but it's actually making the assumption that the player is someone who likes games and wants to see that challenge. And in that regard, it is definitely hewing to tradition. So KNACK, something that has always caught my eye. Yeah, it's very satisfying. It may not scream next gen, but it does say, I want to play it. We do have more coverage on the PS4 from this day I'm spending here at the Sony offices in San Mateo, California. Just, look to the side. You'll see those links right there.
You want more next-gen preview coverage? Then go help support us by checking out Audible. They have over 100,000 audiobooks and spoken word entertainment to be downloaded to your phone or MP3 player and play back anywhere, anytime. You can go to audiblepodcast.com/rev3games to get a free audiobook of your choice when you sign up today.